recording a quick one. I got this MacBook Air board that I worked on. Just needs a LCD connector replacement, so I'll probably go ahead and do that tonight and replace that, and then maybe work on my part 2 of my A1466 fix up. Oh, yeah. For my OVDS connector box. Oh, they're not in here either. Huh. What in this bin? I'll have to look. And the other one. There they are. Jeez. Passed right over the drawer they were in. That's smart. So we'll change out the tip on our hot air on our soldering iron to a better one. Sorry for the noise. Go. Change that to a better one. We'll get to removing this. It's a pretty quick thing for me. I can usually do it in about 10 minutes or so. I gotta get some more LCD connectors. I'm running out. I'll have 3 left after this, so that's not good. Alright, so there's that. Get some more of those. There's a new one. I won't use the microscope right now for this part to take the old connector off, but I will need the microscope to put the new one on, make the solder joints look nice. So we'll just start by heating the board up from far away a little bit. I'm gonna point my hot air away from everything else on the board, like point it away. I'll point it out this way so I'm not heating up everything over here and melting other things that I don't want melted. Go ahead and take this one off. Ouch. I'm removing this one because the legs for the backlight, the legs were corroded and they're looking like they're gonna fall apart. So I don't want to take any chances and I'll just put a new connector on here and won't have to worry about this board ever coming back to me. Alright, got that old one off. Just toss that guy in the trash. And now I'm gonna move the microscope in the way so I can see what I'm doing. quickly put some leaded solder down and get rid of the old solder, and then now we'll just wick all that old stuff up. Like I've said in my Facebook videos, typically when I work, I do have a fume extractor going. I do have a fume extractor, and I recommend if you solder on a daily basis or often, I would recommend using a fume extractor to suck the flux fumes away from your face, because you can irritate your lungs if you don't. The only time I don't run one is when I'm doing videos like this. I just wanted to do a real-time video on how quick it is to replace an LCD connector on a MacBook Air board, a 2015 MacBook Air board. It's a A1466. This is typically how long it takes me. Like I said, if you've practiced a lot, it shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes to replace it. I've done so many of these that it's like robotic to me. Like I have a system that I do, and it's pretty quick and it's nice. I'm definitely gonna ultrasonic clean this whole board when I'm done. I think I've done, maybe I haven't done other work to this, but it's definitely dirty, and I want a spotless board when I'm done. So we'll just Q-tip up the flux that we just used, because it's starting to turn brown, and once it turns brown, it's no good anymore. And I'll give you a shot of what the LCD connector looks like when it's gone, or should I say where it used to be. Focus. Yeah, see, it's gone. So we remove that bad boy, set our new one in place. I'm getting a microphone, a wireless mic set up real soon in the next couple of weeks or so I can start doing more videos, and the quality will be a lot better. I'm also gonna try to get another camera, and then I'm going to get a microscope camera too, so I can do I can switch to a microscope so you can actually see me soldering. I think that would be a nice feature of the videos is for you to be able to see me soldering. I'm still trying to get used to doing videos and doing this stuff at the same time. It's not super easy to sit here and talk and solder at the same time. I'm sure you get used to it, but throw some solder in the tip of this. It's got a little cup in the end of it that holds solder, so you don't have to sit here and try to hold the connector and hold the solder and the soldering iron at the same time. It's kind of a way to cheat a little bit. Spread my tweezers out and hold this connector down where I want it. Scooch over just a little bit. Do the anchor pads first. It's just a matter of preference. You don't have to do it that way. Need a little more flux. go. Push this down a little bit here. Didn't want to get that up there. Sometimes I get a little solder on the top of the connector, but that's fine. At least I think it's fine. I don't really know. Never had a problem with it, with the latch going down or anything if I've done that. I think it'd be kind of cool to have a microscope camera just so you can see what I'm doing. Literally just drag soldering all the pins in the back. Like drag soldering. I just touch my... You still gotta clean up a little bit of a mess after, like sometimes you get too much solder. Which is not a problem because, I mean, you just put a little more flux and clean the tip off and you can clear solder bridges. And if you get to the point where you can't, you can always get wick and you can wick up the extra solder. Oh no, that's not good. Alright, well, I guess we're starting over. That's a first for me. I just pulled one of the pins out of the connector. Alright, we'll do it again. Wow. That's the first time I've ever done that. Must have got it too hot. That's crazy. Huh. Yep, one of the connectors came, or the pins came right out of the connector. Probably got a little too hot. Alright. That's the whole point of doing videos. Even when you mess up, I'm not gonna hide that. You know what? I'll try a different tip. I'll try my normal JSO2 tip. Let's see if I can do any better with that. Probably not. I've tried to use that tip before and I've always seemed to have issues. So not a problem, we'll just start over. Alright. Just wick up the solder I put down. Just reset and try again, not a big deal. How long have I been doing this? 15 minutes? So yeah, if I would have pulled the pin out of this connector, I'd be done. I'd be cleaning up the board right now, so about 15-20 minutes typically. But that's alright. That's what makes you a good technician, is you can do stuff like that and recover and get the job done. not skip a beat. You don't sit here and get upset and mad, and you know, you end up messing things up even more. You just get back on and it doesn't matter anyway, because this is my logic board. This is not a customer logic board, so this doesn't have to get done right now. Like, it's not a rush or nothing. This is just my board. I wanted to do a video on this repair. Alright, let's try this again. First thing first, I gotta get the board in view. Get our connector situated before we start soldering the anchor pads down. See, that's the only bad part about this tip, is that it struggles with these anchor pads. Transferring the heat. I mean, it gets the job done, but it struggles for sure. Not the prettiest job. We'll go for this anchor pad over here in the corner. I think this tip's about had it too. I've been using this thing for over a year. Oh, look at that. There you go. Okay. Got clean this. A little too much soldering. There we go. Those pins look good now. Using the touch and go method. So I'm going to touch the pins at the edge, and the solder wicks up the sides of them, or up the, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this tip has trouble with the big solder, the big pads. It's just struggling to flow that solder nicely. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks good. We'll leave that. Don't touch that again. That looks good. tell that it's not, this tip's not getting hot enough because it wants to yank the connector with it, like stick to those big pads, and so it's just not getting hot enough. I mean, I've got it turned up pretty high, but just worry if I go any higher, it's gonna really not want to let go. Or I mean, the tip's not going to last very long. Alright, we're going to hold our connector down and do this front big pad. Don't get enough solder on there. I would say that almost looks good enough. Let's get there we go. That looks great. Alright. One more and we'll be done. And we'll check all the pins and everything and make sure they're nice and solid connection. Got solid connections. Let's see if I can come at it this way. Could get out the micro pencil, but not for one joint. Like, that seems kind of a waste. Let's change our angle of attack here. Go. Say that would work. Alright, let's clean this off with a bunch of IPA and swabs here. Check our connections and make sure all of them are nice and solid, and then we'll plug it in and test it out with the screen. Made a bit of a bigger mess than I'm used to. Like I said, I'm going to run it through the ultrasonic, so make doubly sure that it's clean. So I guess in all reality, it's not bad timing. So we're at 25 minutes, and technically I soldered 2 LCD connectors. So not bad. I'll check the joints, and if there's any joints that I need to touch up, I'll touch them up real quick, and then we'll stick the board up to the camera. Like I said, hopefully soon in the near future, I'm going to get a microscope camera that goes on top of here, so then you can really see what I'm doing, and then you can see me mess up up close and personal. Get this, try to get as much flux out of this as I can. let's see. We'll do the poke test. Poke every single pin and make sure that it's connected and don't have any issues. What is that? That's strange looking. Yes, our connectors got a lot of connectors got quite a bit of flux in it. That's one thing you don't want to leave in there. But it's really hard to flush the flux out with a cotton swab. I mean, you can heat it up with the hot air station. Heat the flux up a little bit. Like that. Hit it with some more IPA. Got the Kim wipe. Board's dirty. That's what the ultrasonic's for. Alright, I'm gonna get down real low here. See if I can't zoom in real close. We don't have any dry joints. No. Don't like these two anchor pads have way too much solder on them, so I think I might dab them. Touch those with just a little bit of solder in that other tip. See if I can't clean that up just a tiny bit. You know, I'm beating a dead horse here, but I want it to look somewhat professional. So I'll just touch this with the tiniest bit of flux and come at this and real cautious. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is like nitpicky. That's good. That's good enough. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny joints. They're all connected. Nice little fillets at the backs of the connector on all those pins. Nice and filled in. should last for a long, long time. Yeah, this board's going to definitely have to be ultrasonically cleaned. But yeah, there's my connector. My new nice and shiny gold connector. So you get closer at focus or further away. Yep, there you go. Don't mind the that's just a water spot in front from all the flux. Yeah. All right, let's plug an LCD in and turn it on real quick and see if we got if we have an image and a backlight and everything is good before we end this video, and then I might start another one doing that working on the A20 3115 board from yesterday. Might start replacing some of those parts on it. I don't know. Just not sure I'm in the mood to do that tonight. Power supply hooked up. So test screen. Make sure you can see. Turn it this way a little bit. See how easy it is to get this connector, or this cable into this connector. Yeah, look at that. Nice. All right. Wipe off the screen so you can see. Oops. Other test LCDs out of the way. Nice and shiny. See if we have a backlight and stuff. All right, fingers crossed that was the only thing wrong with this board. $530 milliamps, so it's turning on for sure. Wait and see if we get a backlight or flashing question mark folder or anything. I'm not even going to cheat and look at the back of the screen where the Apple logo is and see if it lights up. Should have a flashing question mark folder by now. Oh, there we go. Ha! Fixed. So yeah, we replaced the LCD connector, and now we have a picture on our screen, a flashing question mark folder. So that's another repaired board. You'll obviously have to go into the ultrasonic cleaner because there's flux all over the place, and the board looks kind of messy. So we'll go ahead and clean that up before we put it in our done box. So anyway, that's not really a how-to, but kind of this is me. This is a video of me replacing not one but two LCD connectors. So if you average it out, it's about 15 minutes a connector. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to give an idea of what it's like to replace an LCD connector on an 820000165 logic board for a 2015 or 2017 MacBook Air. So hope maybe you got something out of this and enjoyed it, because I enjoyed doing it and I enjoy doing these repairs. So anyway, we'll see you in the next video.